Welcome to The Drive, your commute-sized podcast powered by the West Des Moines Chamber of Commerce and ITA Group. In the time it takes to get across the metro, you'll gain fresh insights from Iowa's top leaders, CEOs, innovators, and changemakers who are shaping the future of business. I'm your host, Catherine Harrington, and each week we'll explore leadership, loyalty, and the big ideas that keep our region moving forward. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this episode of The Drive. We have John Rathjen with us, who is Des Moines Area Regional President with Bank Iowa. So, John, welcome to The Drive podcast.
Okay, well, thank you for having me.
We appreciate you so much. So tell us about Bank Iowa for our audience. Just give us kind of the overview of Bank Iowa.
Okay, so Bank Iowa is a community-owned bank, or community bank that's got local ownership, or ownership that really originated in Iowa.
Nice.
So our bank's been around since 1976. So next year, our bank will be celebrating our 50th anniversary.
Nice.
So we're pretty excited about that.
Ooh.
And today we're about a $2.2 billion bank with 24 locations across the state of Iowa. Really a bank that's really committed to community banking, committed to, a high level of customer service. And really, when you look at our core values, we really want to be a bank of choice for the people that we serve in our community and be looked to as a legitimate option for their banking needs.
That's a lot of branches around the state. Mm-hmm. So congratulations on that. And your 50th anniversary, any fun plans that you can reveal? Some of them might be a secret, but...
Well, our marketing team is working on that, so probably more to come on that front. But, we're pretty excited. It's great. Hard to, stay in business for that long, and we're really looking forward to celebrating that milestone and putting another 50 years in front of us going forward.
That's exciting. Well, I'm excited about that. So tell us about you and your leadership journey, John.
Okay. Well, I've been in banking for 46 years.
Oh, my gosh.
And so I had to do the math the other day. I kind of lose track after that many years. But I started my banking career in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Oh.
But really, I've spent most of my banking career in Iowa, a lot of it here in Des Moines, a lot of it up in northeast Iowa. And really, for the most part, although I've been involved in basically all areas of the bank, a big chunk of it's been with our commercial clients and taking care of their needs.
Nice. Okay, commercial clients. I love it. And you have clients all around the metro, I'm sure. I know you've got a beautiful branch on Jordan Creek Parkway, but you've got clients. Do you have any special sectors that you work within at the bank, or just pretty much every kind of commercial sector?
Yeah, I would say it's probably a little bit of all of the above.
Okay.
I mean, there's some sectors that we're more interested in than others, but really we have a lot of operating companies, manufacturers, wholesalers, distributors, and those clients have a wide range of needs. We have a fair amount of commercial real estate transactions with, like multifamily apartment buildings. We have some, long-term living facilities that we finance. But, it's really a little bit of all of the above. Nice. And, I like that because there's a lot of variety in what we do, and we try to be an option for everybody.
I love that. I love that so much. Okay, so talking about leadership and culture. So how do you keep your team inspired and engaged? How many team members do you have, first of all?
I think today it's probably about 260, maybe 270.
Wow, okay.
And so it's a big group of people.
That is, yeah.
And, it's kind of hard because, we have our locations scattered all over the state, so we're not concentrated necessarily in Des Moines. So really there has to be a lot of coordination between our corporate team members and our local leadership to make sure that we're consistent and, we're getting the message across properly so everybody's on the same page, moving in the same direction.
Yeah, I love that. And how, so with all those people around the state, around the metro, is there anything that you do that's kind of very engagement focused from your employees? I know some people have kind of a weekly meeting where they all get around and talk about how great everybody's doing, or tell us a little bit more detail about that. And ITA Group is all about customer engagement, employee engagement. Sure. So I'm trying to dig deeper. Yeah.
So every week, every Monday morning, 8 o'clock starts with a team member meeting, and really it's talking about what's everybody doing.
Yeah.
And so, again, it gets back to getting on the same page. So it's really, what did you do last week? What are you going to do this week? And what are you going to do next week? And really, how can all of us that are participating in that call work together and plug in to help each other move the ball forward? Wow. Beyond that, we do a lot of recognition events with our employees. We do monthly all-employee calls. Every other year, we do what we refer to as a Bank Iowa Summit, where we bring all the employees in, spend an entire day with them, bring in some guest speakers. It's a fun day, and it's really a day where we celebrate our success, celebrate our employees, and really talk about where we're at and what the future holds for us.
That's inspirational. That's neat. That's a big event to plan with all those. Yeah. Oh my gosh. And your marketing team does that as well?
Well, it's our marketing team. We actually put together a special committee to put that together.
Love it.
We have a social committee in the bank that's always organizing, fun events. And, we do a lot on the employee front to make it fun and exciting for our employees to work at Bank Iowa.
I love that. That's amazing. So in your career that you've had in banking, what leader inspired you the most along your career journey?
Okay. Well, I think it was when I worked in Northeast Iowa in the Waterloo Cedar Falls market. There was a gentleman that gave me a chance to become a senior lender. I had not had that position before. Actually, when I took that position, I was kind of scared to death. I asked myself, am I really ready for this position?
Wow.
And so I went into the new role with a little bit of hesitation, a little bit of fear. And with his help and his support, he helped make me successful. And maybe when I was getting a little bit off track, he helped me get back on track.
Yeah.
But, I'm glad he saw something in me that he felt had potential. And I think that's really what we need to do for everybody is, whatever their goals or aspirations are, see the potential in people. This individual did with me, and I'm forever grateful that he did.
Yeah. Do you have any mentorship programs at Bank Iowa or ways that you help your younger potential leaders?
Yeah, so when we hire new employees, we assign a mentor.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, every new employee gets a mentor or somebody to work alongside or go to with specific questions. But yeah, we do.
Wow. And is that part of your, it sounds like you learned that from your past. So you're like, let's do this.
Well, this is really something our HR group put together.
Okay.
And really it's our onboarding process. Onboarding a new employee is a critical, thing in terms of getting them started on the right foot.
Yeah.
And so our HR folks have really done an incredible job with our onboarding and making sure that, because there's a lot to absorb when you start a new position. It can be overwhelming.
Yeah.
And so I'm just grateful. We get a lot of great comments about our onboarding for new employees.
Amazing. It sounds like you're very intentional and you've got, and tell us more about the onboarding, because I think companies could use some advice on that. What are some more of the things that your HR team does? Do they have like every day that's scheduled out and different things that they do?
Much. There's, various days where they touch base with each other. There's a lot of areas that we want to get them exposed to early on so they have a full understanding of exactly what we do and who does what and where do they go. But yeah, really the first week when somebody starts, there's just a lot just to get up and running. And there's a lot of policies, procedures, a lot of training that we assign to people to make sure that we're always compliant with the things that we're doing.
That's right. And regulations and things like that. Yeah. So do you give people a quiz? Because I wouldn't even know. Like if you hired me, I'd be like, oh my gosh, all these rules and regulations. How do you make sure they know that information? I guess?
Well, we have what we refer to as Bank Iowa University. So every quarter, all of our employees are assigned a certain number of online courses. And, some of this we assign on our own, but a lot of it is just to make sure that we're compliant from a regulatory standpoint, to make sure that our folks are getting the proper training. There's just a lot going on in banking, and we want people to know what they're doing.
Bank Iowa University. Look at that. I love that. That's incredible. Okay, some hot topics now. What's a big new trend in the banking industry that you're seeing?
Well, I think clearly you'd have to point to innovation, and we've seen a lot of change in banking. I really am not sure what exactly it's going to look like going forward, but artificial intelligence, what does that look like when it comes to, fraud detection, regulation, customer service, I think is probably the most logical place for AI to enter into the banking world. But it's kind of the big unknown in some ways. And so I think our position is, we know we need to be there and we need to be involved with that. But do we want to be a leader? Do we want to be a fast follower?
Yeah.
And I think really the big concern that I have with that is the fraud component. And we're already seeing where people have been exposed for different things that they think were legitimate. And, people can impersonate each other. You can swear that you're talking to the person. So we got to be real careful that we have all the checks and balances around that to make sure that, what we do and what our customers are wanting from us is safe and secure.
That's an advantage for you if you have, those in place. That's huge. Yeah. It's crazy how more confusing it's getting every day, right?
Yeah.
The deep fakes and stuff. Yeah.
You can't believe it. I mean, really the senior population is being hit harder than ever, and they get convinced that some things are legitimate and they're not.
Happened to my father. He didn't give him any money, but it was really they were really convincing, Yeah.
And I think the other thing is just the payment system in general. We have new methods out there, Bitcoin, for instance, and, how does that work with traditional banking? And I'm sure there will be some level of Bitcoin exposure or component in the banking industry. It helps now that the government has kind of gotten involved and kind of put some level of regulation around it. But, everything is, real time. And, the old days of float and that kind of thing, those are long over.
The float is gone.
But really, we've got to really understand what the population wants. And a lot of people are embracing different payment platforms, and we got to make sure that we keep up with that.
What's your personal philosophy of Bitcoin, if I can ask you?
Well, for me personally, I have not gone down that road. I know some people that have. I know some of our employees that have.
Okay.
And on paper, it would sound like it's working pretty well for them. And
at least today it is.
Yeah. For me, it's just, it's the safety and security of the investment.
Yeah. Such a new world out there. Okay, so interesting question here. We all love Iowa. We love Des Moines, our community so much. But if there's one thing you could change about Iowa's business landscape, what might it be?
Well, there's probably a couple things. I think the thing that I see right now is affordability. And I see a lot of people wanting to, for instance, buy a home. And, whether it's interest rates are too high or the prices are too high, or maybe they've got credit issues because they've overextended themselves. These are all real concerns. And, we want the metro to continue to grow. And a big component of growing is making sure that people can afford to buy a home. And I don't think that's unique to Iowa or to Des Moines, but it's a problem that we need to somehow get out in front of and make that a greater opportunity for people so that they can experience that dream of owning a home.
Yeah.
The other thing that concerns me right now is a little bit in Iowa is the ag economy. At the core, we are an agricultural state. That sector is been stressed for a couple of years. And even though we've had abundant rain and probably abundant yields this year,
a lot of yields,
we need to see the ag sector perform better. And we need to see rural America or rural Iowa, be in a position to grow as well. We love Des Moines to grow, but the entire state needs to be growing.
How many banks would you say are in rural Iowa that you have?
That we have?
That you have.
Well, I mean, I would say that, either county seat locations or more rural locations, certainly be the majority of them.
Okay.
Probably 70% of our locations,
wow,
are in those types of markets.
Those types of markets. Wow, that's interesting.
So there's a lot of agribusiness, that type of client.
So you have a really interesting perspective of rural, of rural Iowa, rural America.
Fortunately for us at Bank Iowa, we've got diversification. So we have Des Moines, and that gives us the commercial real estate, portfolio, and then we've got the ag portfolio, and so it helps us weather some of the difficulties in different sectors over time.
Right. Oh my gosh. Okay. So let's move to employee and customer engagement. ITA Group is all about employee and customer engagement. So what are some creative ways that you've celebrated or rewarded your employees?
Well, I think probably the one thing that comes to mind is we've done a lot of things, and we try to recognize people all the time, and we give a lot of kudos, and we do a lot of team building activities. But I think the number one thing that the employee is looking for is they want to be thanked. And I think that's where maybe we've missed the boat, or sometimes we do miss the boat, because a thank you means a lot more to an employee than a cash incentive or a gift card. And so to me, it's really being disciplined about thanking our employees for the contribution that they're making to Bank Iowa, and making them feel that the function they perform for the bank is critical and an important part of us getting the overall objective met.
And as a leader, how do you thank your employees? Is it different for every employee, or do you have something you do routinely that you like to do?
Well, certainly as much as I can in a group setting, but I think the one-on-one conversation that you have with an employee, everybody's encouraged to do one-on-one meetings with their employees. We do quarterly PDCs, personal development, plans with each employee every quarter. And really, that's an opportunity to let them voice whatever issues or concerns they might have. But it's also an opportunity for us to take a deep dive and thank them, and take an even deeper dive and say, what do you want to do with the bank? What does your future look like here? And how can we make that happen for you?
Love that.
Yeah.
Sounds like a great place to work. Oh
my gosh. We have a great culture.
That's amazing. You really do. So what are some ways that you built loyalty within your customer base?
Okay. Well, to me, it's pretty simple. It's really about thanking the customer. Okay. And so I tell people we'll have all the business we need if we simply do three things. If we're relentless about thanking the customer, thank them till they get sick of hearing it, because we can never take them for granted. Because the day we do that, one of our competitors will be taking them away from us, and they'll become a client of somebody else. The other thing is if we really thank them, we need to really ask them, are we meeting your expectations? Is there more that you would like us to do? Is there anything that bugs you about what we do? And if we've kind of worked through that, I think the biggest business development tool we can use is say, hey, if you've enjoyed your experience with Bank Iowa, would you feel comfortable introducing somebody to us, because we're always looking for new clients. And really, to me, that's kind of the client experience that we want to have with our customers, is just making sure they feel like they have a voice in the bank.
Yeah, I love that. That's incredible. Well, I've worked with you all for many years, and I feel special as a customer. So.
Okay, well, thank you.
All right, commute confessions. This is kind of a fun part of our podcast. So what is one habit that fuels your success? Can be anything.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just kind of an individual that's driven. I like to get things done, and I like to work with the team.
Perfect. You're on the Drive podcast, and you're driven. See, that's how this works.
Right.
I love that.
And so, to me, it's about working with the team and really making sure that the team is involved and they have input. But at the end of the day, I like to make decisions. And at the end of the day, as much group input as you have, somebody has to make a decision, and you have to move forward. And that's what I like. I like to get things done in a timely manner. And I think that's really what our customers expect, is that our motto is, let's make it happen. And so when we say, let's make it happen, that's, getting it done timely and making sure we're doing the right things.
I love it. That's amazing. So what fuels you outside of work? What do you like to do when you're not working?
Well, I enjoy my family time. I enjoy golfing.
Okay.
I'm kind of a sports fan. So this time of year I'm a college football
all the football
fan.
Yes.
Yeah. But we have family in Arizona, and so we enjoy going there and visiting with them. And so it seems like there's always something. My days are always full, so there's a lot that I like to do, but really it probably is, being outdoors, spending time with family, playing golf, and those kinds of things.
I love it. And the sports season, we're in the fall. Fast forward, we're in the fast lane right now. So what's your 30-second prediction about what business will look like in, let's say, 5 years?
Okay. There's certainly going to be a lot of innovation, that not just banking, but every business is going to have to try and figure out how do they integrate that into their organization. I think the next couple of years economically, in my opinion, are going to be pretty good. And, when you look at kind of where we're at, whether you like the tax package, the big, beautiful bill or not, the fact that it simply is done, brings some clarity to people so that they can move forward. I think we get a couple more interest rate cuts. I think that will create some more momentum. I think the tariff situation is something that over time will work its way through the system. But I think economically, I think things are lined up pretty good. But that doesn't mean there's not a lot of challenges out there that need to be dealt with. And I go back to this affordability issue. And so we want to be able to say that all people are able to take a step forward in the right direction.
Yeah, I love that. Well, and you're helping them do that as a bank. So,
Yeah.
Okay, your first car. What was your very first car that you owned? Or do you have a fun car story for us? Could be either.
No, it was a Plymouth Barracuda.
Plymouth Barracuda. What color?
It was red.
Red.
Red and white. Red with white stripes.
Nice.
It had a Citizens Band radio in it.
Oh my gosh.
And I had an 8-track tape.
Yeah.
And
what kind of music was on that tape?
Oh, I don't know. It was probably 70s music, 80s music, But that was my first car. And
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Anything else you want to add for our podcast today and our listeners?
No, I would just say that, we're really pleased to be, part of the West Des Moines Chamber. And,
Appreciate you.
I think the opportunities that's created for Bank Iowa, is really impressive. We have, customers and people that we built bonds with those would have not happened without the help of the West Des Moines Chamber. So I'm really pleased that we have a strong chamber and we're able to be part of it.
I love that. Well, you've been a very consistent, loyal team member of the West Des Moines Chamber, and we just appreciate your support in so many ways. We love to see you at that podium on those luncheons, and our October luncheon's almost already sold out, by the way, our economic forecast event coming up. So just thank you for all your support over the years, and we really appreciate that. And congrats on your 50th anniversary next year. I can't wait to see all the fun, exciting things that you're going to be doing for that. So thank you all for joining us here today on the New Drive podcast featuring John Rathjen, and we wish you all the best in the rest of your week. So thank you so much. The Drive, fast, fresh, and full of ideas for the leaders of today and tomorrow.